Hello watch enthusiasts and welcome to my channel. This is my first video on YouTube and today I would like to look at this Rolex GMT Master II. I've been an amateur collector for about 20 years and my collection is now to the point of whereby I see a lot of videos on YouTube where people say, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that, they'd like to stop, they'd like to think that their collection is done. Well, I'm to the point whereby I think I'm getting close to done. I hope so. But any enthusiasts out there will know they're probably smirking and thinking, yeah, one more watch, as it always is. Now, about this watch. So I was going to wear gloves. Excuse my hands. I was going to wear gloves. But I looked at a lot of comments on watch-related videos, and for some reason people don't like gloves, so I won't wear them, so you're going to have to put up with my hands. They look worse on video than they actually are. I apologise. So, move that out of the way. This is the watch I purchased. Now, I bought this off eBay through the authenticity guarantee, and I was fairly happy. There was a few things. I received the watch and I was a little bit disappointed to see that there was a scuff, a really bad scuff on the date magnifier at 12 o'clock, which wasn't shown on the pictures. The gentleman who owned the watch before, I couldn't see it anyway, but there was a nasty blue scuff where the anti-reflective coating had taken a hit. And there was a little mark of just above the R on the glass as well, which I was a bit disappointed with, but I thought, well, I'm going to use it every day anyway, so I'm only going to add to the marks. But that is not the end of the story, because a friend of mine then, I took it to have him check the water resistance, because I was a little bit concerned, because obviously the back had been off it, which is, eBay obviously going to have to do to check the movement, which I understand. But it failed that test, which I was really disappointed, because I wanted to use it every day, swim in it, use it in the shower if I happen to. Not that I wear a watch in a shower very often, but I wanted it to be waterproof. I have swam in it a couple of times, so it does get used. And what I had to do is I ended up taking it back to Rolex and saying, look, can you replace the seals in the crown or the back or whatever it needed. Rolex said, no, we don't do that, you've got to have it fully serviced. So I said, reluctantly, I agreed. But I thought, well, if I'm having it fully serviced, I might as well have a new glass put into it as well, just to get rid of that mark, the two marks, because they did annoy me a little bit, I'll be honest. So they replaced the glass at the same time. I could do another video on this as an interesting thing. So when I had it back from Rolex, there was a list of components that were changed inside the watch. Now, this movement has a common fault with I believe it's the hour jumping wheel. I could be wrong on that, but I think it's the hour jumping wheel. There is another gentleman on YouTube that mentions it and basically says about how it needs to be replaced. So that was replaced with a modified component, but there was a few other bits as well. So if anyone's interested, I'm more than happy to dig the invoice out to show you that, and we can go through exactly what was done. As I say, it's been a while since I've seen that invoice, probably the best part of a year. So yeah, we can have a look at that if you want to. But yeah, I had it back from Rolex and I was really happy. It has been absolutely fantastic watch. I absolutely love it. Obviously when they give it back, it comes back pretty much like brand new. There are a few little light marks. I do wear it every day, and probably fingerprints more than anything, but there are a few little light scuffs on it. Really difficult to capture. because it's I have got an office job, so it's normally underneath the cuff, or it's not very often being dinged up on something metal or something. And I do try and take care of it as much as I can, but I do wear it. I do wear it every day. It's not something. It's not one of the ones that I've in my collection. I've got watches that just never see the light of day, which annoys me sometimes. As I'm sure there are other people that struggle with that as well. I hope there are anyway. If there aren't, and I'm the only one, then oh dear. Yeah, this watch has been absolutely great. Being a sub guy, I will say there are a few things. Now, the 5mm extension on this, I never use, ever. That is useless to me. I do rather the shorter clasp than the sub. The sub one is a lot longer. Now with the sub, obviously you get that micro adjustment, which is really, really cool. I do use that a lot, because obviously your wrist is constantly changing size through temperature, but this one, that 5mm extension, I just don't use it. But I do rather the shorter clasp. I think it's a lot better. Sorry, should I turn that round? I think that makes sense. Yeah, get in focus. Yeah, as I say, and I do use it absolutely, satisfying every day. Yeah, I'd rather the bezel on this compared to the sub. I rather the details on it, much rather the numbers on this than on a sub. And I've always been a sub guy, as I say. The thicker hour hand, which isn't very often mentioned, I much rather that as well. My Submariner is from 2018, so it's the 40mm. I got that from an authorised dealer, so my name's on the warranty card, so I've never bothered looking at the 41mm, because I would never replace the one that I've got. But I'm not so keen on the skinny hand on that. I rather the thicker hand on this than the sub, but that's my opinion. The sub is great. I've got another story with that. I had a Submariner once with without the date. I bought it without the date, which I loved. I thought, I might get rid of the one I've got is dated. Might get rid of it, because obviously this one is dated, and I have other watches that are dated as well. There was a little crack in the 12 o'clock pit, which annoyed me, and I wish I had sent it off to Rolex. I ended up selling the watch instead of getting it just replaced, which, as I say, I have many stories of watch collecting, as I'm sure many others do, but I just thought I'd air my thoughts, my opinions, and I'm happy to answer, any questions, get involved in the community a little bit more, sort of show what it's like to, some people have their watches, probably, might be due up for a service or something. Normally you wait for something to break on the watch, don't you? Like I say, I wouldn't have sent this off, but because it wasn't waterproof, that annoyed me, and I needed it. I wanted it replaced or fixed. So yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions, and if you've got this far, thank you for watching my video. I really do appreciate it. I'm here to tell a story more than review, I think. But happy to review as well. Thanks very much.